What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have another NU match. This one's against Raymond, and I'm using the same team as last video because these dudes are pretty sweet. Figured might as well get another battle out of them. Why the hell not? So anyways, Raymond's team's looking pretty cool. He's got a Typhlosion, which is going to be one of the new hidden ability Johto starter Flash Fire Typhlosion types of deals, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm leading off with my Piloswine as he leads off with a Dusknoir, and honestly, that's pretty fine. He frisks me, feels up my Eviolite a little bit, as I just decided to set up some Stealth Rocks. At this point, I'm pretty much feeling like he can't do too much to me, as he just does go for the Will-O-Wisp, and honestly, Piloswine does not really care too much about being burned. I'm pretty much here just to take hits, get them rocks up, and get that occasional Ice Shard, priority damage if it's needed, so that's cool. Now I decide I'm going to go ahead and switch into Pinhead. Honestly, I had no idea. I didn't really want to stay in because I felt like he was going to switch, so I decided to just kind of make a random switch. I went into old Pinhead here, and I'm like, hey, who you calling Pinhead, motherfucker, as he decides to go into Jelly Time, which is the Tentacool. And I don't see Tentacool a lot, honestly. This thing is kind of threw me off a little bit. I mean, I'm used to seeing Tentacruels in OU and UU and stuff like that, but I did not know what to expect from this thing. He does go for the Rapid Spin there as I set up one Quiver Dance, and my Butterfly thing, he's dancing up a storm over here as he now decides to switch into his Tauros. He gets that Intimidate, but that doesn't really matter, and now I'm able to get one more Quiver Dance, therefore getting me that ×2 special attack and speed and stuff like that. So at this point, I was feeling pretty confident that this Air Slash would kill this Tauros. I go for it, it actually ends up living with a little sliver of health. And I'm like, well, titties, as now he's able to go for a Double Edge, and that is going to kill my Pinhead. But fortunately for me, he is going to die to that recoil. So that's pretty cool at least. Now I don't have to worry about the Tauros. I believe there was a chance for that Air Slash to kill, but I believe I got kind of like minimum damage. But whatever, what are you going to do? So now he decides to go into the Typhlosion, as I decide to go into Yellow Balls. Seemed like a pretty decent switch on the empty fields. He does go for the Hidden Power Grass, as I'm just going to go for a Thunder Wave, because a fast Typhlosion is a scary Typhlosion. So I'm just going to go ahead and paralyze this guy, and I don't really have to worry about it being too speedy anymore, which makes it a little less threatening. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, now I'm just going to go for a Scald, thinking, he might switch. Honestly, I don't really care. Maybe I might be able to get a burn on something. He ends up going into this Leafeon, as the Scald is going to do like nothing to him, and I don't get the burn. And burn would have been nice because Leafeons can be pretty scary with their Swords Dance and Leaf Blade shenanigans and all that stuff. But I'm honestly not too worried at this point because, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Magmortar here because I figure if he does want to hit me with a physical attack, he can possibly get that Flame Body and get burned by that. So he does go for the knockoff. It knocks off my Choice Scarf, as that kind of sucks. My Cannons is like, yo, I looked good in that Choice Scarf. I was wearing that thing around all day. And then this freaking Leafeon just decides to knock me off, so that's a bummer. Now I actually predict him to switch into the Tentacool. The special evolve, he has the type advantage. I was like, I'm going to go for a T-Bolt. I do catch him, and the T-Bolt actually didn't do as much damage as I was hoping, so that's that's kind of a bummer. These things are actually really specially defensive, especially with an Eviolite. I guess I could see how Tentacool could kind of be viable. I don't know. So he goes for a Scald, as I say in my Feraligatr. Thank God he doesn't get the burn, and at this point I just decided to go for a Crunch because I wanted to just get some pretty decent damage, as he does bring in this Leafeon, and a critical hit does absolutely nothing. And I was like, wow, that is a pretty bulky Leafeon you got there, sir. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to go back into Cannons because honestly he can't one-hit kill me with any of his moves, so I really want to get Cannons in here and maybe get that Flame Body. So he makes contact again, does not get that Flame Body, and I'm like, the fuck, Magmortar, you're made out of fire. Why aren't you burning people when they touch you? Like, the hell. So, God. Anyways, at this point now I decide to go for a Flamethrower, thinking I would catch him off guard. Him thinking I would over-predict, and he actually makes a very nice play and goes into the Typhlosion, gets that Flash Fire, and at least this thing is paralyzed, because once you get a Flash Fire on a freaking Typhlosion that could possibly be Choice Scarfed at full health, Eruptions will kill you no matter freaking what. So now I decide to bring in Gatorade. I am actually Assault Vested, so that Fire Blast does absolutely nothing, and I was like, hell yeah, Feraligatr, we'll show him who's the better Johto starter today, as now I predict a switch into the Leafeon, and I actually catch that thing with an Ice Punch, and I was like, alright. At least my predictions are kind of working. Had he stayed in there, that would have been pretty bad. But, yeah, so the Ice Punch actually doesn't even end up doing much to this fucking Leafeon. And I'm like, what the hell? These things are so damn defensive. I'm going to go back into Magmortar again, as he probably could have expected. And he goes for a Protect there just to probably get some more leftovers health or whatever. As at this point, I don't really know what to do. I don't know who he's going to switch into. I just decided to go for the T-Bolts, as he does switch into the Tentacool, and that is very nice because that thing is going to go ahead and die. So, Jelly Time's dead, meaning he does not have Rapid Spin support anymore. So at some point, I decided to go ahead and get some stealth rocks up. But, yeah, so he brings in the Dust Noir, and I'm like, you know, I'm going to try to get my rocks up and shit. So I decide to switch into Piloswine as he goes for an Earthquake. That is going to do, like, nothing, because Piloswine is such a defensive beast. And don't ask me why this thing doesn't have a nickname. Honestly, I don't know why I don't have a damn nickname on this thing. I'm pretty bummed out about it, too. It kind of bugs me. But I still decided to use old Piloswine anyways. So now I decided to get up my Stealth Rocks again. It's going to help with switching in and stuff. It actually would have really helped him if he got his Stealth Rocks up on my side, because I've switched in my Magmortar like a damn zillion times already. And would take its toll on me for sure. But anyways, he tries to hit me with a Shadow Ball on my Piloswine. Doesn't end up killing me, and I'm able to go ahead and hit this thing with an Icicle Spear. I activate its weakness policy, and this is actually a really cool Drift Limb set. As you'll see later on, I actually do end up getting 5 hits with that Icicle Spear, which is perfect. And I'm pretty stoked about that. Now I realize I live that burn damage, so I can go for 1 Ice Shard, and it doesn't end up killing it, but he's able to now kill me with one Acrobatic. So that's pretty cool. At this point, I had completely not even thought about what ability this Drift Limb had, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna switch into Gatorade, go ahead and kill this thing with a Waterfall. My fucking bad, because he actually has Unburden, and once he activated that weakness policy, he then got a speed boost, and now he's just all sorts of powerful right now. So I was like, holy shit, that is a pretty genius Drift Limb set. Get that weakness policy, activate that Unburden while getting some special attack in the process. Luckily, I did have Lantern around, who is able to take a special attack from that thing, so that's pretty damn nice. Thank you for that, Lantern, as I'm able to kill it with a Volt Switch. So that's perfect. Now I'm able to bring in old Toss out here, and you know what Toss does. This guy just comes out here, he starts working out. I decide to go for a bulk up as he switches into his Typhlosion. I know that I can take a couple hits from a Typhlosion, considering my special defense is pretty damn nice, because I'm pretty invested in special defense. I take that Fire Blast like a damn monster. It does way less than half. After the leftovers, I'm sitting in a pretty solid position, so I have no reason to not go for another bulk up. I'm like, you know, let's just keep on bulking, Toss. Shit. Why the hell not? He could get a Fire Blast miss, he could get paralyzed. Just kind of the odds are in my favor at this point. But he does break through, he does land another Fire Blast, and it's not going to kill Toss though, fortunately. So at this point, I decide to go for a rest, as he's going to go ahead and switch into the Leafeon here. So I go ahead and fall asleep. I'm at plus 2 attack, plus 2 defense, and I have pretty solid special defense as it is. So honestly, my Toss is looking pretty damn awesome here if I can get it back to full health, as I do. And his Leafeon doesn't really have much that he's going to be able to do to me. He can knock off. He's going to go ahead and go for the knockoff, actually. Get them leftovers out of there, but honestly, that leftovers recovery is not too necessary at this point, because Toss is about to start destroying some faces. So the Leafeon over here actually now decides to go for a Wish, and it kind of shows me what kind of Leafeon this is, honestly. So this is definitely a defensive kind of support Leafeon with Wish and Protect and knockoff, stuff like that. And it also has Leaf Blade, I believe. So there's its full moveset, and so he does get the Wish up. Now he's going to go ahead and switch back into the Typhlosion. He's going to take that Stealth Rocks damage, which is going to do a decent amount. It's going to put him at about half, as he is going to get that Wish in a second here. After this Payback, though, check this out. I go for the Payback, and it's not going to do too much to this thing because, yeah. But anyways, he gets the Wish, and he's back to, like, full health. I am able, though, to outspeed, considering he is paralyzed, and I'm able to kill it with a Storm Throw, and that is badass. So, hey, killed the freaking one of the biggest threats on his team, so that's pretty cool. Now he's going to go into Dusk Noir. This thing's really defensive, and I actually should have knockoff on my throw. I honestly don't know why I don't. I just go for the Payback. Unfortunately, I do go first, so it's not going to get its potential damage. And full potential damage. As now he's just going to go ahead and burn me. That is honestly fine, though, because that's just going to activate my guts, and now my paybacks are going to even do more. So a lot of people end up burning my throw, but that's completely fine, because he enjoys being burned. He's the type of homie that just doesn't really care. You know, it kind of helps him out. So now he switches into this Leafeon on a payback, and that is not going to kill it. But this thing is definitely going to die in a minute here, because he does not have a Wish up, and all it needs is one more payback to the face. He's actually just going to go for a Protect again here, as he's going to go ahead and protect himself. I tried to go for the payback. It's obviously not going to work, and this Leafeon is sitting here scared. He's like, this black belt looking bitch right here is scary as hell, and I do not blame him, because Throw is an absolute monster in NU. But now he just decides to go for a Leaf Blade. It doesn't do too much at all, and this payback damage is going to be enough to kill the Leafeon. So Throw has come through again. He has come through again, I guess you could say. So now he's just going to bring in his Dusk Noir, and this guy is not going to be able to last too long here, considering I'm just going to be able to, he actually goes for a Shadow Sneak here, which kind of helps my payback damage. I do end up going second, so the payback is going to be able to kill this Dusknoir, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the match. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys always showing support on my videos. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and click that like button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.